Hi, this is Adam Levy. Welcome to DayRiffer. I'm doing a little guest riff. I'm not actually going to play a riff as much as show you a concept. This is something that I've got a lot of mileage out of myself, and hopefully you can do something with it and make it your own. So it's a little bit jazz-oriented. If you're not a jazz-oriented player, that's okay. I'm sure you can get something out of it. And if you are a jazz-oriented player, then you should have a lot of fun with it. So one progression that we see fairly commonly in jazz kind of tunes is what we call a minor 2-5-1. That means if we're in the key of C minor, that's the 1, we might have a chord progression that goes 2, that's D minor 7 flat 5, that's the 2 chord in the key of C minor, and then the 5 would be G7, which might be altered like this. This is it's got a sharp 5 on it. So D minor 7 flat 5, G7 sharp 5, and then that resolves to C minor, or you could make it a C minor 6-9, or any kind of hot minor voicing that you like. So that's what we're going to be doing some variations on. And we're going to do the variations by actually just using one shape instead of 3 different shapes. So we start with that D minor 7 flat 5 chord. Now when we go to the 5 chord, the G7, we're just going to go 3 frets up from D minor 7 flat 5 to what looks like F minor 7 flat 5. But in our minds, we're going to sort of rename it as G7 altered. So that's the root, but we're not playing the root. What are we playing? We're playing the 7th, the 3rd, the sharp 5, and the flat 9. So you could call that G7 sharp 5 flat 9. And now we're going to use the exact same shape. Just let your hands get comfortable there, because we're not going to leave that shape, but now we're going to move it up 4 frets to what looks like A minor 7 flat 5. Remember, this is the root of this shape. So D minor 7 flat 5, that's the root, D. We move up to what looks like F minor 7 flat 5, but it's actually G7 altered. Now we're going to go 4 frets up to A, and that's going to give us an A minor 6, or excuse me, C minor 6 voicing. So that's the C, and it's got the 6 on the bottom. That A is the 6 of C minor. So altogether that's, and that's a substitute for that kind of thing. Now, if you've got that under your fingers, the next thing I can show you, there's a whole bunch of variations that are pretty easy to play. So one is to have this motion here on the B string. So making a little half bar here. So we have the pinky free to move. So we go. Got that? And if you want another variation, you could do just have the melodic motion be the opposite. So instead of going down as the chords go up, it's going up. And you could even combine them, so you can go up, down, or down, up, down, or any combination you want. So that's one of the variations. Another one is to have this be the so again, I'm doing a little bar here. And don't worry so much about what these specific names of the chords are with all this motion. You could say, okay, that's D minor 9 flat 5, because now that's the 9. And now this is G7. You know, it doesn't really matter so much, because things are moving so quickly. You're still basically getting a sense of D minor 7 flat 5, G7 altered, and C minor. The specifics, you can figure them out, but they're going to go by so quickly that it's not really the point. There's 2 other variations that you could try. Now the motion is going to be down here on the D string. So now we're going, if you want notes, I'm going B flat to A flat. That's D flat to C flat. So again. Okay, and as we did before, instead of going down, we can also go up. So you could go and you could combine them. So you can go up, down, up. You know, these aren't maybe as easy to throw into a tune as the ones where you have the motion on the high string, and they're also a little trickier to play. But I'm just showing them to you so that you could see there's all these variations, lots of possibilities. And I'm going to give you one last variation that I actually just discovered tonight when I was messing around with these chords. So this is, I'm going to play, start with this shape, D, A flat, or G sharp if you want to think of it that way, G sharp, C sharp, F, or A flat, D flat, F. So that's a little half bar. I'm just flattening this knuckle here. It's not a full bar, it's just across 3 strings. Now I'm going to reach all the way out to E, if you can believe that. So the notes are D, A flat, E, F. We're not going to move anything, don't worry, we're just staying right there. Now we can move that up 3 frets. When I said we weren't going to move anything, I mean there's not going to be internal motion, but we're still going to have to move this chord up the neck. So D minor, what it is D minor, flat 5, and we have the 9 and the minor third, just kind of doing a little tango together there. And then we move up to here. So we've got G7, and we've got the G and the A flat kind of doing that same little dance. And then all the way up to here. That's C minor with a major 7 and the 6th. So don't try this at home, but do try this at home. And anyway, that's a lot to take in. I hope you have some fun with it, and I hope you can find some ways to make it your own. Thanks for tuning into DayRiffer. Again, this is Adam Levy, and take good care.